What's going on, y'all? So there's something that almost every pro does to increase their profit margin and secure their brand for long-term success, and I want to share that with you guys today. What's going on, y'all? I'm Braden Wuerch. I'm here to provide insane value to you guys every day to grow you personally and financially as well. Alright guys, so there's something that pretty much all the gurus use, all the pros use to go ahead and really increase their success with e-commerce. And this is something that quite a few e-commerce channels are now talking about, and that's white labeling. And then some even talk about private labeling. And essentially, white labeling and private labeling are the next level up from AliExpress dropshipping. And you know, on this channel we always talk about leveling up. We don't want to just stay where we currently are. We always want to be talking about how to get to the next level, how to be more successful, how to be a better entrepreneur. This is the next level up from AliExpress dropshipping. Now, if you guys are beginners in AliExpress dropshipping, I don't want you to just go ahead and ignore this video because you guys aren't here yet. You need to be going into it with the mindset that you guys are going to get to this spot very quickly. And I know people that even start with white labeling, start with private labeling, instead of just going to an all AliExpress store. So definitely go ahead and consider white labeling and private labeling, and today we're going to talk about the differences between both, which one I think you should get into, and how to go about getting in both. And both are very powerful tools that you guys can use to secure yourselves and your brand for long-term success. But before we get into it, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for you guys every day to help you grow your businesses to successful numbers. So first off, let's talk about white labeling. So white labeling is what a lot of the drop shippers are talking about right now, and it's for good reason. White labeling essentially is where you'll go ahead and you'll find your decent or winning products through AliExpress. You know, you'll test it regularly with Facebook ads, Instagram influencers, whatever. When you find out that it, you know, can be successful, and this is a preferred way to do it. You could do it without even knowing, but let's just say you've already tested the product, you know it can be successful. Now you're gonna go ahead and find a supplier of that product. So, you know, it could be on Alibaba, it could be on, you know, other supplier channels, but you're gonna find the supplier of that product, and now you're gonna buy that product, and you're gonna buy the inventory of it. And you know, this is what Dan DeSilva did with his teeth whitening product. Now essentially you get the product, you're gonna hold inventory, but what's great about it is for both private labeling and white labeling, you can go ahead and move it into fulfillment centers to where you don't have to go about fulfilling it manually yourself. You'll have an actual, almost like an Amazon FBA warehouse, but it's, you know, it's an actual private warehouse that can do the fulfillment for you. And the reason this is great is because when you order in bulk like this, you're gonna have huge discounts on the product. So now you're not paying, you know, $3 per item. Now you could be paying 50 cents per item. So your profit margin goes through the roof. But what's even better than that is you get to now control the way this product is shipped out. So you're gonna have way better shipping, you're gonna have way faster shipping, but then two, now you can ship it in your own packaging, your own box. You can make the presentation of the product so much better than if it was just coming from AliExpress. Now, the thing about white labeling is you're not actually going ahead and putting your logo on the product itself. You're not changing anything about the product. You technically don't have rights to the products itself. You just have rights to go ahead and resell that product. So that's what white labeling is. White labeling is not actually going ahead and putting your label on the product. That's why it's called white labeling. You're not actually putting your own brand. You're not making a change or any drastic change to the product itself. You're just now ordering this and shipping it under your brand's name, and doing everything that goes into having that great brand presentation. Now, the difference with private labeling, and this is where I actually started, since I started with Amazon FBA, most Amazon FBA products are private label products. Not all of them, but most of them. And so with a private label product, you're actually gonna do the same thing with white label, but now you're actually finding a private label supplier that can actually go ahead and make changes to the product itself. Once this happens, now you actually have the rights to that product. So for example, you know, I found for Amazon FBA, I found a supplier that could do bamboo sunglasses, and I had the specifications I wanted. I had the exact lens color that I wanted. You know, I had special engraving on the side with my logo. Then I even customized my own bamboo packaging that I wanted for each one of the pairs of sunglasses. So the whole entire product was essentially my brand. You know, it was my design. I just found a supplier that could go ahead and do this. And this is what Apple does with iPhones. Apple's iPhones are private label products. They have a distributor and a supplier that makes those iPhones, and then they ship them over to Apple. Apple has full rights to the iPhone. Just like a private label product, you have full rights to that product, and it's typically a customized product, or a product that you've come up with the design for. And then the product will get shipped to you, and it works the same way as white labeling. So really the only difference between white labeling and private labeling is white labeling, you're just taking an already established product, not really making changes to it, you're just buying it in the inventory, and then you can ship it under your brand. A private labeled product, you're actually making changes to the product, you're making it your own. You will have rights to it. Now there's pros and cons to both. Obviously, you know, if you're doing AliExpress drop shipping and you find, let's say you find a hat works insanely well. So now what you'll do is you'll go find the supplier of this hat, or a supplier that makes something very, very, very similar on Alibaba or another supplier website. Now you'll go ahead and order that hat in bulk. Your profit margins are going to immediately increase. You're going to control the shipping, all of that. That's white labeled. That's the way that most people go about it for AliExpress drop shipping. They're typically doing white labeled. Now, what I love, and I know if you guys have been following me for a while, you guys are going to know that I love private labeled. And I also, you know, I do like white labeling. I've done white labeling in the past. But the reason I love private labeling is because I love when I actually get my brand up and going with AliExpress drop shipping. I find out what works. Now I already know what my customers already like. I'm going to go ahead and make my own products with my own logo and have my own packaging, everything like this. This is where you can actually go ahead and really, really secure your brand spot of actually being a legitimate brand, instead of just, you know, a drop shipping store. Now you can actually have your own products. So, you know, think about white labeling, and then when you actually get even more experience and want to take it to the next level, you'll do private labeling. So, you know, don't just get set in where you're at now. You know, if you're having success now, reinvest those profits into actually buying inventory, and then you'll have even more profits. So this is how you just keep leveling up, guys. But I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, please go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for you guys every day to help you grow your businesses to successful numbers. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'm here for you guys every day. Keep grinding, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.